What's up, crypto kids, blockchain, profit seeker, node army, all my friends? How you guys doing today? It's Mitch, Crypto Music. Today we're coming at you from VaporFi, one of my favorite node plays. This one is on Avalanche. It's got a lot going for it, and it's got some good, it's got a little bit of bad, but overall, I think this is a fantastic protocol with a very professional team. So overall, this will be a positive video. So let's get it going. What is VaporFi? Community-driven DeFi protocol, or truly decentralized protocol earning investors passive income. Okay, most of us know what all these node services are, right? They start out in kind of a Ponzi type sense where they basically say to the community, you know, we're creating this community, we're creating this idea, we're creating this thing, and what it is going to basically be is, at first, you know, the money will come in. All we will have is the token itself, the team, our backing, that type of stuff. And then they start, collecting the token. It's all paid out through Ponzinomics, but then they start building a treasury. And with that treasury, they start doing things, right? Investing in play to earn gains, investing in DeFi as a service, buying nodes for different validators on Avalanche, on Phantom, on wherever, purchasing, spreading out to other node projects, spreading out to other DeFi projects, and investing that money in a treasury that is yield bearing, right? That is not only just going up in the value of the assets, but should have some sort of yield bearing APR, APY coming back and paying us. Now, different things you could do with that treasury. You can purchase the coins back. You could create a floor price. You can buy when it's down. You can have regular buybacks and burnings. You can use transactions and fees to buy back. There's so many different things that you can do, and a team can go about doing it. So there's the whole node scene in a nutshell. Now, this VaporNodes, 1,000 VPND, that's the name of the coin, in order to get yourself a node going. These guys have set up things a little bit different. Like, they've set it up to where the smaller nodes are actually paid more, and they try to help you get up to build bigger nodes. So that provides all sorts of game theory and strategy and different stuff that, you can kind of think about in order to, compound faster, build up faster. And they have like a diamond hands bonus that the longer you're holding, the much greater rewards you receive. So you're earning this 1% a day on your investment. But if you invest for 16 days straight, that moves up to 1.4% a day, and it stays that way until you claim. Then it goes back to 1%, stays that way for 16 days, goes to 1.4%, and you start earning more. It's really nice to compound at 1.4% instead of 1%, but, waiting that 16 days to get yourself back into 1.4, you're like, oh, shit, I really claimed. And that's nice because it creates that type of feel, not just for you, but for everybody. And so, it keeps people into the system. It does, create some additional sell pressure eventually, but not right when this is not right when it's going, right? Because those people are incentivized to stay in and all that good stuff. Here's a look at the dashboard. Currently running 3,535,280 nodes, and that used to be a lot more. See, so with this protocol, you can only have 5 nodes. But you can take your nodes and compound your nodes. You can take your nodes and build them into each other, all that type of stuff. So we do have an outfront and doxed dev. That's this guy here. His name's Jose Mias Dev VPND. And it's got his Bored Ape, because they do own one Bored Ape. They're on his shirt, and it's nice to have an out front dev who is super professional, who is out there doing stuff and regularly, and so we like that. This is what they have set up for an OTC. So if they have an OTC section set up, which is pretty cool, and if they have different deals for buying and selling for extreme whales, and that's cool. We'll take a few whales. We need them to help us. All right, so this guy here, Baba Yedu, I don't know who this is, but he put together a really good thread on VaporNodes itself. Looks like he was covering these 3 different nodes, and here he was covering Vapor, which puts down these other nodes by far, in my opinion. Project overview. VaporFi is a hybrid node as a service, DeFi as a service protocol on the Avalanche blockchain. It pays out in VPND and flip the script on creating small investors with a unique compounding reward structure. So let's go over that reward structure very quickly. And we're going to do that by going to the docs. There it is. So they have this Diamond Hands bonus, right? And this Diamond Hands bonus, that was the thing I was talking about, up to 1.4% after 15 days. At 7 days, you get 1.2%. So at 3 days, you get 1.5%. All very, very cool. So let's go and look at this compound bonus. This compound bonus really helps the small guy, and you could utilize this to, create your own game theory. But look here, once you hit 20,000 VPND in a node, your compounding bonus is 0. You're big. You're already getting that 1.4%. You're not getting a bonus on top of that. 10,000 to 20,000, you're getting a 10%. 5,000 to 9,000, 15%. 1,000 to 1,499, 25%. So that being the case, you can, like I said, create up to 5 nodes, and you can use this any way you want, right? So let's go take a look at my nodes just really quick. Here's my nodes. I got these 2 nodes, and this one is getting that 10% bonus because it's under 20,000, right? See, it's gonna not get that pretty soon. We'll miss it, right? So then once that's done, it's up to this 0%. There's no reason to have that in a separate node for me. Now, if you were doing some sort of game theory where you had, like this one you were compounding forever as some sort of savings plan, and this one you were, as a savings account, and this one you were using as a banking account and taking cash out all the time, that might be one good reason to have 2. But for me, once this 10% goes down to 0%, once this hits 20,000 coins, not 18,000 coins, I will use this merge nodes button to take this Steam node and add it to the Mystic node. And then I'll create another Steam node with only a few thousand VPND. And that is the one I will, I'll start compounding there and enjoy this big compounding bonus. You could do that with a few, right? You could have one big mother node and then have yourself a bunch of little children nodes all earning this additional percentages because they were smaller. Once they got built up, you could then merge your nodes into one big node and start it all over again, do whatever you want, but just a little bit of strategic advice for non-financial strategic advice. You could, that's one way you could go about getting a lot more, is by having some smaller nodes, letting those play out, because as soon as you hit over that 20,000 VPND, you lose this compound bonus. You can see both of mine are over the 16 days or 15 days. They're on their 16th day, and so they're both past this 1.4%. It's really easy to compound your nodes. Simply click the compound button, and it asks you, by compounding your gains, your node rewards generated until now will be added back to your nodes. There is a 1% fee, and it will be burnt, helping the price of the coin. I think you need a lot more different ways to be burning these coins, to be, find different ways of utilizing these coins, all that good stuff. And, so far these guys have certainly been on point. Now, like I said, they do show their, there we go, compounding mining, and it just, compounds that up. And it will take this $20 and, merge it back into my nodes. So going back over to the documents, down here they have the treasury investments. Most of them are looking good. They're, this strong nodes is paying out, but they are underwater on it. It would, they paid more for it than they are getting, or than it's what it's worth now, but they are getting the regular payments on that. So, nice there. And the Discord here is very, very active, and, not a bad thing to go and check out. So they have all these different things that they've set up, right? We got 311 CVXT. They bought 3.338 time, which they got liquidated on. So they show us their losses as well as their wins. This is their only total loss here, was that time. Everything else they're still holding on to, and as the market rebounds, this stuff will become worth a lot more, and they will be building onto this. But most of their treasury is in Avax, and that's because of the way the distribution system works. It pours, as you're buying nodes. 10% goes to liquidity, 10% goes to the team marketing expense partnership pool, 80% goes to the treasury, and of that, 25% is sold. So creating a little downward pressure on the coin, and that is swapped into AVAX. But that allows them to hold a bunch of AVAX in the treasury, which benefits all of us, right? So that sell pressure sucks, but having the AVAX in the treasury, having stuff that you could use, that you can earn, do something with, that's very important. There's 10% claim tax, which 9% gets sold for AVAX for the treasury, 1% is burned. So you have quite a bit of, downward pressure on the coin selling into AVAX coming from the protocol itself, and that does need to be set off by a lot more of these burns. But we do have this 1% burn and all that good stuff. So there is all that. Heading back over to this guy's killer thread, project overview continued. White paper has room for improvement, but goes into great detail exactly where needed and provides a solid glimpse into what the protocol is focused on and what its proposition is: distribution, compound bonuses, treasury investments. The team has taken the time to build a robust and organized Discord to support a community of over 17,000 members. Not bad, not bad. And how many members do they have on their Twitter altogether? We're looking at 24,000 members. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Nodes can be created with as little as 1,000 VPND. You can increase its size at any time, depending on the VPND. Limit of 5 nodes per wallet. The differentiator is that there is a compound bonus, and the smaller node, the better. The smaller the node, the better the bonus. And we went over that already with how all that works. Minimum entry is 1,000 VPND, which is currently $34, so nice and easy and cheap to get started, and they get the most rewards. They have a referral program allowing you to earn a 5% back in VPND spent building a node when you onboard a new member to the community. And this doesn't cost you anything. This just comes, from the team, but it is a great way to, extend the reach of this protocol and build a bunch of ambassadors, get people talking about it. And when they came out with this, a whole bunch of people, as you would expect, started pumping out videos. That helps everyone. And those referral, that's a form of decentralized advertising, which I like. The team is fully doxed and in KYC process. Meet the co-founders of VaporNodes, both fully doxed and extremely active in the community. Yes, they are very active, regular MMAs, all that good stuff. They got stuff. If you want to buy swag, they got, their all sorts of swag, and a lot of that is with their own Bored Ape. That's like the main focus, the main design logo they got going. They're focused on building an entire VaporFi ecosystem, leveraging their existing and future treasury investments to fund the journey. Vapor Chain, coming soon, will be a homegrown subnet driving direct and indirect value. Okay, now with the chain, it was very interesting. Normally I'd be like, this is kind of lame. Don't try to build your own chain. We already got Phantom, Avalanche, all these great chains out there. What do you need that for? But this would be kind of like a private chain. And this chain, the only way to get on it is to be fully KYC'd, be doxed, have all this other, stuff to kind of like create a level of transparency. And instead of doing like the unity of transparency, because there you have to be like, have, your contract sealed, right? Like you got to be sure your contract is right where you want it, because if there's any adjustments or anything you want to change about your contract, you have to redo all those audits. And in order to to get back into the union of transparency or whatever. So these guys are kind of doing their own thing, and this chain is going to be a big part of that. The only projects that will be on this chain are KYC'd and like known from Vapor Chain, and so it's pretty cool. Any fees that are created from that chain are going towards helping the team, helping the Vapor price and all that good stuff. This is by far the most well-managed and tracked treasuries I have come across so far. Sustainability is priority number 1, and it shows. The treasury is managed with care, and the community has helped deploy it effectively to generate recurring revenue. Initial experience, they have a beautiful UI. Emotionally invested community, fully doxed founders, referral program 5%, treasury management, outside of the box thinking, straightforward mechanics, low entry point, and compounding professional and mature team. I agree with all of that. There are my compoundings all done, and I have these have these 2 nodes going. Going to be buying in quite a bit more. The way I work my node plays is I stick with the most solid nodes out there, and when their price is down, I buy more. Pretty simple, huh? Kind of the same way I work stocks and everything else. When the price is down and I see an entry point that I like to own at, I go in. And if it goes down more, I buy a little bit more. And when it goes up, I sell a bunch. That's kind of how I work with everything. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, there is downward pressure on the coin, but a lot of good positive stuff going, and probably the most professional team, one of the top, there is some other great teams out there, but one of the top node play teams, and super transparent. Check it out. Have a look. That's it. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.